Hi guys, my name's Joey, and I have decided to get on YouTube and start doing guitar reviews. I am just an avid guitar player, and I'm a worship pastor at a local church, but I absolutely love guitar gear and anything really music related. So I have a love for sharing just reviews on guitars and things like that, so I thought I would hop on here and throw up a review of a few guitars that I just acquired. These two guitars are Grand Concert body styles. We have the Ibanez AC340 OPN. This guitar sells for $299 normally, and then this is the Orangewood Oliver, which sells for around $275. Now this one comes with a gig bag and free shipping and electronics on board. They're actually hidden inside the sound hole. I believe it's Fishman Sonotone. It's got a tone control and a volume control. It sounds okay. It sounds like just any normal piezo that you would expect under the bridge. This guitar, which it feels more high-end to me, the Ibanez AC340 did not come with any electronics. However, I did install some, and I'll talk about that a little later in the video. Let's start with the differences between these two. These two guitars ring in somewhere in the under $300 category, and I guess one of my main reasons for starting to make these videos is I'm a worship pastor, and I know a lot of worship pastors don't have a lot of money, and a $300 guitar that you can lead worship with or go gig out in the community is a huge bonus. And so I thought it was a great niche to fill with trying to try out guitars of this caliber. I have $1,000+ guitars, but I just have a love for things that are great in a budget category. So that's why we're starting out this YouTube channel with these two guitars. So let me just point out a few differences before we get rolling with some of the sound samples. But the Ibanez, I feel like, to me, it feels like a more organic instrument. You connect to it a little bit more. It feels like it's kind of part of you when you're playing it. I don't know why that is. They both sound pretty incredible for their price point. I especially like the white binding that's found on the Ibanez. The Orangewood has more of a black colored ebony binding on it. It's still pretty cool. They both feel pretty much the same. The Ibanez has a little bit thinner, like a C profile neck on it. The neck's a little chunkier on the Orangewood, but overall they're really nice guitars, and I'll let you guys hear them, and then you guys can hopefully make your decision, and I'll talk about each guitar a little bit more in depth as I play them, and then maybe at the end of the video I'll also do a plugged in demo, which won't really be apples to oranges because I put a not really more expensive, but what I believe is a far better pickup in the Ibanez. But you guys can make that call at the end of the video. And hey, this is a brand new YouTube channel, so if you would subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of all my new videos, I would greatly appreciate that. And that will go to hopefully help more videos. But we're going to start out with this Ibanez, and I actually acquired this guitar from a website called GearTree. It was actually a used or a customer return, so I actually snagged this for like $270. And man, I really like this guitar. It's cool because it's small. My kids have even started picking it up at home because they have expressed interest in playing, and they kind of like the small body style. You know, it's really thin. I love this because it doesn't have any stain on it, or no clear coat on it. It's when you feel the wood, you can feel the wood. You don't feel any kind of clear, which in my opinion almost it makes the guitar more susceptible to injury, but it lets the tone ring through more naturally. So I'll play a little bit on this guitar, and I'll kind of shut up a little bit so you guys can kind of hear the natural tone of this guitar. And like I said, they are both a lot of the same tone woods. They both have solid mahogany tops and layered mahogany back and sides. So I'll strum a little bit and then finger pick. And the pick I'm using today is one of the new I forget what these are called. These sculpted Dunlop pickups, prime tone pickups, and I really like these. So here's the Ibanez. Picking, or the flat picking, strumming, and here's a little bit of what it sounds like finger style. This is with pick. Alright guys, so that is the Ibanez AC340, and I really surprised with that guitar. I feel like it punches way higher than its price point in its category. Just an incredible guitar, and you really connect to the guitar. I had the chance to play it. I've had both these guitars for a couple weeks now, and I played this one this past Sunday, and I really like the way it feels. I connected to it. It held tune really well. Now on to the Orangewood Oliver. Now again, string differences. These are stock Ernie Ball strings that came on the Orangewood. These are Diodario EXP Phosphor Bronze. These are 12s, just light acoustic strings. So that's the only difference. These strings are probably newer on the Ibanez, which probably lends itself to a little bit brighter tone. But when I got this initially, this almost had a more mellow folk tone than the Oliver. So that's kind of what's happening with that. My general opinion on the Oliver is it's a great guitar for the money too. You're getting a lot of guitar, a solid top, pretty decent gig bag, onboard electronics. You're getting a whole lot of guitar for under $300, and it's a great guitar too. I just don't. It's hard to explain this on camera, but I really feel like I connect with the Ibanez better, and I think that's something only a guitar player will understand. This does have a little bit more of almost like a nitro type finish. It's not a full-on gloss clear, but it's more like a nitro finish. You can't feel the wood as naturally. I think they call this the open pore model, so that on the Ibanez, so that may be why it's different. But I'm going to play a little bit on the Orangewood Oliver so you guys can kind of hear the tonal differences, and then we'll kind of I'll edit together some head-to-head sounds so you can kind of hear them plugged in, at the end of the video. And then we'll also, I'll plug these guitars in and I'll tell you a little bit more about the pickup that I have in the Ibanez. So here we go with the Orangewood Oliver. Alright, now we're going to do the plugged in sound again. This is the Fishman under the saddle, or yeah, under the bridge, piezo pickup. It doesn't sound half bad for what it is. It's got a little bit of that quackiness that you get from a piezo pickup. Alright guys, here's the Ibanez with the custom built Michigan locally owned JJB Prestige 330 mounted under the bridge plate with the 3 transducers. I just think it's an awesome pickup for 50 bucks. Pretty easy to install. So here's what you're getting with that pickup directly plugged in. Thanks guys for tuning in. So my final opinion is these are both really great guitars for under 300 bucks. You're getting a lot for your money with both of them. They both frankly sound really good. This one probably lends itself more to that organic kind of sound. Singer, songwriters might be drawn to. I love this one. This one's got a really great sound too. And this one, I forgot to tell you, the Orangewood also comes with an optional pick guard to make it look more like the Ibanez. I just haven't put it on. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this guy yet. But again, great guitars for the money. Orangewood also has a solid body line that starts out in about the right under $700 line, and I think those are going to be really, really great guitars because this one sounds pretty incredible. And you get the gig bag, electronics come stock with this, free shipping, $275 to your door. So again, both great guitars. I think they're both knocking it out of the park under the $300 range. That just great gigging guitars, great guitars for any worship leader or guitar player at church. So again, thanks for hanging in there with me this time. If you would, comment below what gear you'd like to see. If you've got something your eye on that you're like, Joey, would this be good for me? Would this be good in this setting? Just let me know and I'll see if I can get my hands on it, and we'll go from there. Again, go ahead and subscribe, and thanks for tuning in.